Have you ever heard the tale of Lucian Hale? A knight, disgraced and cast out, sent to the edge of the world to stand guard. His post? The ruins of Ereval, a cursed citadel, a place whispered to be the eternal prison of 13 ancient gods. Imagine the solitude, the biting wind whipping through shattered stone, the only company being the ghosts of a forgotten age. For Lucien, this was penance, a lonely vigil at the end of his honor. But Ereval wasn't silent. Every night, as shadows stretched like grasping fingers across the desolate landscape, the air would begin to hum. It started as a low thrum, a vibration felt deep in the chest before coalescing into distant, spectral chants. These weren't just random sounds. They were voices, ethereal and ancient, whispering his name from the suffocating darkness below. Lucian, they'd call, a siren song from the very bowels of the earth. At the heart of the citadel, deep within its crumbling core, stood a massive stone door. It was a monolith, a testament to a forgotten era, its surface scarred with intricate engravings. And there, set into the stone, were 13 locks, not made of iron or steel, but of something far older, something bound by blood magic centuries ago. This was the seal, the final barrier between the world of men and the divine prisoners trapped within. It had held for an eternity, a silent guardian against unimaginable power. One fateful night, during a routine patrol, a moment of carelessness changed everything. A slip, a stumble, and Lucien's gauntlet struck one of the seals. There was a sickening crack, a flash of faded light, and a piece of the ancient mechanism broke away, turning to dust in his hand. The silence that followed was heavier, more profound than any sound. And then, the whispers returned. But this time, they weren't just in the air around him. They were inside his head. The change was immediate and terrifying. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, no longer just calling his name, but speaking. They spoke of ages past, of cosmic wars and celestial betrayals. And worse, sometimes when Lucien tried to speak, it was their voices that emerged from his throat, ancient words tumbling from his lips in a language he didn't understand. His own voice became a stranger to him. Sleep offered no escape. In fact, it was where the gods truly began their assault. His dreams became vivid, inescapable visions. He saw them, the 13, not as majestic deities but as broken things, chained deep beneath the earth. They writhed in agony, their divine forms contorted, and they begged him, pleaded with him, for release. He would wake up screaming. The images of their suffering burned into his mind, the cold sweat on his brow feeling like the damp air of a subterranean prison. With each passing day, his desperation grew. Was he going mad, or was this real? Driven by a mixture of terror and a strange, burgeoning pity for the chained gods, he began to intentionally break the seals. One by one, he shattered the ancient locks. A shard of obsidian here, a splinter of petrified wood there. Each time a lock broke, the chorus of voices in his mind grew stronger, their promises of power and knowledge more seductive. But the breaking of the seals came at a cost, not to the world, but to him. After the third lock shattered, he caught his reflection in a pool of rainwater. His eyes, once a common brown, were now voids of pure black, like pools of ink. After the seventh, he noticed strange patterns appearing on his skin. His veins, once hidden, now shimmered with an eerie silver light, tracing intricate alien pathways across his arms and chest. He also started to remember things no mortal man should ever know. He remembered the birth of stars and the death of galaxies. He remembered the taste of primordial chaos and the feeling of shaping continents with a thought. These weren't his memories, but they felt like they were. It was as if entire lifetimes, entire epochs, were being downloaded directly into his soul. The man known as Lucien Hale was dissolving, being overwritten by something ancient and vast, the 12th lock. He stood before the great stone door, his body a canvas of cosmic horror. Only one seal remained. He was no longer the disgraced knight sent to guard a prison. He was something else entirely. And in that moment of terrible clarity, as the 12 freed voices swirled within him, the truth finally dawned on him. It was a revelation so horrifying, so complete, it stole the very breath from his lungs. He looked at his shimmering hands, at the ancient door, at the final lock. He had been sent here under a false pretense. He wasn't guarding the prison. He was the prison. His body, this mortal shell, was the vessel designed to contain them. We see him now, alone in the ruins, the moonlight casting long, skeletal shadows. The transformation is nearly complete. He raises a trembling hand, his fingers brushing against the final, unbroken lock. A soft, almost tender whisper escapes his lips, a fusion of his own voice and the chorus of the 12 gods within. It's time. With a gentle touch, the last lock crumbles into dust. The great stone door remains closed, for it was never the true gate. The screen fades to a deep, absolute black, and from that void, a new voice emerges, low, resonant, and divine, a voice made of 13 unified wills. It murmurs a single, chilling phrase for all the world to hear. The 13th gate is open. Thank you so much for journeying with us into the darkness. If you enjoyed this story and want to explore more worlds of myth and shadow, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an unnerving tale. We'll see you in the next one.